This is exhilarating. Get excited.
Talk about a series that I like a lot, and a series that I had liked a lot and had a lot of respect for, but have since not been as very interested. RWBY, we used to dedicate a lot of time on this channel to reacting to RWBY back in the day. And when I say a lot of time, I mean a lot of time. We reacted to RWBY Chibi. We reacted to fan theories and lore videos and all that. And then I think it was around season 4, season 5, we just lost interest. And
it's understandable because that makes total sense.
Well, and here's my thing with it is
So I think you at some point were like, yeah, people are asking if we want to react to this RWBY thing, and I was like, no.
No.
When I joined the channel, I already knew exactly what happened with it, and Monty Oom was one of my favorite creators. And
yeah,
whenever he passed away, and then I heard what was happening to RWBY after that, I had no interest in seeing the trash that they were doing to his life's work, basically.
And here's what I'll say: the RWBY fandom, there are parts of the RWBY fandom I absolutely love. But then there's the toxic side of the fandom, which sadly won out in terms of the overall fandom of RWBY, and a lot of the people who loved the show, but weren't so adamant on it's just for the whole thing. There was the whole deal about Yang and Blake, and it's just there was a whole thing on Reddit and Twitter and everything. And Tumblr just being make it gay, you cowards. To which I'm just make your own fucking series, you entitled little shits.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. But yet, they gave into the pressure. They gave into the pressure and they sacrificed storytelling just to please the fans. And Monty was never about that. Monty wanted to tell his story, and that's it. And I give respect to Carrie Shawcross for carrying on after Monty's unfortunate passing, but at the same time, with how they treated Sheena, Monty's widow, and Shane, Monty's right-hand man and co-animator on a lot of his old projects like Haloid and all the other Final Fantasy fighting videos that Monty did back in the day, the way they treated Sheena and Shane's open letter to and explanations to literally how they piece by piece and bit by bit eradicated him from the RWBY production team, and then outright just got rid of him and replaced him. And Sheena, my God, Sheena, after losing her husband, and voicing one of the characters in the show, all of a sudden now she's been just expurgated, and it's she was never even part of it. And Monty, one of the biggest reasons why Monty made certain characters was because of Sheena. And it just makes no sense to me, man. I mean, I understand you want to carry on the series after Monty's passing, but he had a plot line laid out for it, and you threw it away. You threw it away simply because you thought you knew better. And that's my big problem.
It's incredibly disrespectful to someone who's no longer with us, in my opinion.
It is, yes. And
that's why I refuse to ever watch past season 3.
And there's a lot of people out there who say, well, Neith, Monty's brother signed off on it. It's yeah, I'm sure he did. I'm sure Neith saw the money and just went for it. But look, at the same time, Monty's work, and the fact that Shane and Sheena have just outright said that what has happened to RWBY since Monty's passing and post season 3 is just it's an outright disgrace to what Monty's original vision was.
People are oh, there's a new studio doing it now, and I'm I still don't care. It's not theirs to do.
No, Viz.
It's Monty's thing, and I will never care about anybody that does anything with it except for him, and he's not here anymore to do anything with it.
Yeah,
therefore, I don't care.
And the only way that you could have kept going...
Absolutely fucked that people have basically stolen his ideas to keep making money off of.
And not only that, but if you wanted to continue it on after Monty's passing, you at least need to have the people that he had in place involved. There's a reason why Shane was Monty's right-hand man. There's a reason why, but yet we're never going to get that. Same thing with Sheena. There's a reason why Sheena Duquette was like involved with all that. It's just, once again, dude, I don't want to like rail on RWBY for too long because it's not just RWBY that's involved in this. It's really a sore spot for me, considering how big of a supporter of Rooster Teeth that I was, how long of a dedicated fan I was, and then when the tiles started to fall, when Monty that's for me, that's where everything started to go downhill after Monty's passing. After Monty's passing, the partnering with Full Screen, the outright being purchased by Warner, Ray leaving, Jeff taking his sabbaticals more and more, Joel getting fired, Bernie leaving the company, and just like, oh my gosh. The only ones that were left was Gus, and even then he was like, I couldn't stand watching Gus that much anymore. And then the whole Ryan Haywood situation happened, and like once again, it was just a constant downward spiral of bad decisions and shitty behavior.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can say about it. As for Soul Eater's a pretty good anime. I actually watched a lot of the Soul Eater anime, and I'll be honest, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, it's made by the same guy that did Fire Force, and both series are regaled as like two of the better shonen anime of the 20s or 2000s and 2010s and 2020s.
Soul Eater was like the anime that all of the Invaders and edgy like teenagers like watched. It's like me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody that you knew as a friend as a kid that listened to mindless self-indulgence and watched Invaders and read Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, you know, their girlfriends probably had a lot of skull animals.
Yeah.
It's like, if they also dabbled in anime, they probably liked Soul Eater and probably had a Death the Kid t-shirt, also me. So, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But
and like this death battle as a whole just kind of makes me sad because I don't really want to see Maka and RWBY fight each other. Namely because it's going to be whatever version of RWBY is got all of the, what in my opinion is non-canonical RWBY like things about her.
I call it the I call it the Warner verse RWBY, whereas the one that we get in Ice Queendom is more similar to I think what Monty would have wanted. In which Ice Queendom, I haven't watched all of it. I saw the first couple episodes, and I'll say that Ice Queendom was actually pretty damn good from what I'd seen. But whenever, like what we have with RWBY right now, I don't know. I really don't know. But anyway, I guess let's go ahead and hop into this, see what we think. But are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Ruby Rose versus Maka Albarn.
The battle of spunky teens with
And
oversized
imagine
gardening
if
tools.
Monty was
These
still
ways
alive
I'm
to choreograph for death battles all this time.
Mm-hmm. It would have been awesome.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to
Just
find
an
out who would win.
unmatched fight choreographer. Nobody else has ever come close to him, in my opinion.
No one has his style, dude. No one.
A death battle.
I remember when Mama Boomstick read me bedtime fairy tales, stories of heroes and warnings about eating those little berries and quicksand, so much quicksand.
Yet in the world of Remnant, fairy tales are real. Here, huntresses do battle with monstrous Grimm, and there was nothing more exciting than that to Ruby Rose.
Daughter to the world-renowned huntress, Summer, who disappeared Little Red really wanted nothing more than to be a huntress.
Her dedication paid off. Admitted into Beacon Academy 2 years ahead, a premier school for huntsmen and huntresses, RWBY clearly showed prodigious talent.
Not just that, she's got the weapon geek gene just like yours truly. RWBY doesn't leave home without her trusty Crescent Rose. It may look like a high-tech scythe, and it is, but it's also a gun. RWBY made Crescent Rose herself. It's like a dance between Grim Reaper's Choice and a bolt-action sniper rifle.
A dance is fitting, as huntsmen are locked in a never-ending waltz in their battle with the Grim.
Crescent Rose can switch between sniper and scythe at the press of a button. RWBY's an old hand at flinging and moving it exactly how she wants, despite it being, like, bigger than she is. How does she do it with those noodle arms? The girl can't even
Anime.
throw a punch.
Well, she might not need to, given the strength of her aura. All living beings in Remnant have an aura, except dark creatures like Grim, though not all of them can utilize it in combat without extensive training. See, aura forms a barrier that blocks fatal blows and even heals wounds.
It can make weapons stronger, too. When RWBY slaps a cartridge of dust into Crescent Rose, her aura lights up nature's wrath in man's hand.
Dramatic, but accurate. This dust represents the base elements of the world. Fire, electricity, ice, wind, anti-gravity. Does that last one count?
Rule of cool, Wiz. She's got the eyes of a hawk, and when she shoots you with dust, a bullet wound's the last thing you'll be worried about. With enough of a boost, ice dust can freeze over whole mechs, and she can power up her kicks to crater military-grade steel.
A person's aura may be limited, but RWBY can keep track of hers with this handy health bar.
Every
on
time
her
I
knob-
switch back and forth between the new stuff and the old stuff, I'm just like, man, like, the new stuff is just missing all of the soul compared to that.
Yeah.
Like, look at the old stuff, man. Like, I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, that looks ugly compared to the new stuff. It's like, but dude, it was its own thing.
It looks ugly,
Like,
huh? It looks ugly, huh?
It was someone's passion
considering that
project from the
that the
heart,
entire
man.
first season was literally Monty, Shane, and Carrie Shawcross on mocap suits on a soundstage in Austin, Texas. That's it. Whereas everything like afterwards, after like season 3, was Rooster Teeth Animated Studios, and it was a team of over 3,000 people who, by the way, were worked to the bone and were not paid overtime. Yeah. I mean, you want to talk about, it's all well and good to like, for instance, you know, like Disney movies nowadays. Yeah, I'm good on you, like polishing that one wrinkle on Thanos' nutsack of a chin. But you can throw 10,000 artists at something and it'll look good, but does it have the same flavor and the same passion behind it as something of what the original first 2 seasons of RWBY were like? No, not even close.
That's part of why I liked it so much, is because it had such a unique style. It looked 3D while being, you know, anime, essentially.
Well, it was motion capture. Like, Monty wanted to push the boundaries of what was possible with motion capture in
And
animation.
later, when it just looks like anime, I'm just like, that's not why I even... That's takes away a whole reason I even liked it, you know? Like...
Yeah.
And not to mention, like I said again, just the choreography. Like,
Oh my
it's just
God.
insulting to me that anybody would take this up and be like, I can match that choreography style. No, you can't.
No, you can't.
It's like, nobody ever has and nobody ever will, I bet.
It's like, I can. Shh, you're embarrassing yourself.
Even
Shut
the
fuck up.
director of John Wick, it's nowhere close to what this is.
Well, I mean, even, like, once again, there's barriers between, like, animation and live action. And Monty wanted to push the boundaries of what was possible in animation by far. And Monty was one of the minds that could do that.
He just, like, had such a unique, like, imagination in terms of what people could do, like, what the human body could do, like, given, like, rule of cool and stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
phone.
RWBY blasted through Huntress classes with flying colors. Almost right away, she was appointed the leader of her own group, with Weiss Schnee, Flake Belladonna, and Big Sis Yang Xiaolong. Oh, I get it. Team RWBY.
But RWBY's hope for many years of learning with her friends would be dashed as evil machinations spread like wildfire. And with a flash of silver light, Beacon had fallen.
RWBY's friends? Dead. Her school? Totally wrecked.
Not all dead, just Pyrrha, which still saddens me.
Her sister? Disarmed. All because of a lover's spat that went way too far.
Salem saw the world divided. and it was time to say goodbye to any happily ever after.
But Ruby wouldn't give up like that, so she set off to change the world.
Even as Crescent Rose began to feel heavier and heavier. Could she really save the world like her fairy tale heroes? All she did is what she's always done and never stopped moving forward.
Because Crescent Rose wasn't the only thing she needed. She had to improve her semblance too.
Right, while aura is essentially the manifestation of one's soul, the semblance is an expression of their personality.
Basically, it's a superpower farmed by aura, and Ruby's got super speed. Or a teleport? Or what is she doing exactly?
Close, this is Petal Burst. A mixture of speed, teleportation, and intangibility. Ruby can rocket from one point to another in milliseconds.
By literally bursting into petals.
Sort of. According to Best Robo Girl Penny,
Who has died twice now.
Ruby's semblance is extremely complex and variable. It involves breaking her body down to its molecular components before zooming off in complex paths, negating the laws of mass entirely.
AKA Super Speed Plus. And Nora is best girl. Ruby's petal burst is so quick she can make flying missiles look completely still. Good luck tagging her with a bullet or a breadstick.
She is certainly quick enough to give Emerald and Mercury a hard time, and they've dodged actual lightning.
She's faster than Blake, who could keep up with the most cringe faunus of all, Adam Taurus.
Well, he did draw his sword fast enough to parry an actual particle beam. In real life, such a beam is created by accelerating charged particles to just under light speed.
So, that's impressive.
With such a powerful ability, Ruby could safely shine her smile for years, even as she carried the fate of Remnant across the world. To her friends, she was a beacon of hope.
Well, yeah, because she's got one more superpower. Her silver eyes. Just like her mom, Ruby inherited them from the God of Light as a weapon against negative anti-life energy, like the evil goop Grim spawned from. Just a wink and blam! Sayonara, Dragon of Darkness!
But Ruby's skills didn't falter after her time at Beacon. As she journeyed across Remnant, she leveled up to compete with all sorts of powerful magic and mechanized foes. Her team could even match the Ace Ops, an elite squad of longtime professional huntsmen.
Including Harriet, whose super speed semblance was totally outclassed by Petal Burst, and Vine, whose aura was strong enough to contain a bomb that was about to decimate the whole city of Mantle. Man, these are some pretty powerful auras.
Though it's important to remember, Ruby is only 17 years old. The weight of being a leader, a savior, and a huntress like her mother would get heavier and heavier and heavier.
She got over it. Look at her go!
Taking Crescent Rose firmly in hand and sending a message of unity to the rest of the world. Ruby had finally left the fairy tale behind, taking one more step toward the day we've waited for.
I like that they at least referenced the original theme song there at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Today's battle is sponsored by Prize Picks.
We all make decisions every day.
Yes, yes, yes.
$50 in lineups after your...
I've tried Prize Picks. It's all right. Hey, better sponsorship than BetterHelp.
A sound soul dwells within a sound mind and a sound body.
But all the unjust evil souls of this world are on the Disney Fast Pass to becoming a Kishin.
Destructive gods mutated from good-natured souls. A Kishin could plunge the world into chaos and madness. If only someone could stop them.
Bing bong, it's the DWMA. Welcome to Death Weapon Meister Academy, where death rules. Literally, his name is Death.
Here, Lord Death tasks humans to become spiritually talented meisters of demon weapons.
AKA people who are also a weapon. No, really, they transform into weapons. Guns, ninja stars, hammers, you name it. A Meister weapon pair kills and consumes lost souls to keep the Kishin away. Jack the Ripper? More like Jack the Fraud.
And so, the demon weapon Soul was paired with the dutiful rising star, Maka Albarn.
Talk about your classic teacher's pet. The kind of girl who leaves an apple on the desk and goes, "Teacher, you forgot to give us homework." And then we jump them.
As if Soul's
Yeah.
any better, a weapon who's too concerned with being cool to do any real work.
Hey, Soul's not just any demon weapon. He's a scythe. And he's got his sights on upgrading to the highest level of Death Scythe.
Which would be a high honor. And lucky for Soul, Maka always aims high.
With that common goal, Maka and Soul formed the dream team. All they needed was 99 Kishin eggs and the soul of a witch. Easy, right?
Maybe, since Maka is extraordinarily perceptive at spotting and examining souls. She can detect spiritual presences from millions of yards away and can discern its nature, stability, and emotions.
Time for class then. The two trained hard, but
Except
their
they
styles
royally goofed when they went to get the witch soul.
kinda weird. Okay, so Maka guides Soul in the direction she wants to go, but Soul, the scythe, does all the actual movements himself. Maka's the Meister, Soul's the weapon.
Like conductor and instrumentalist, a Meister weapon pair cannot work in harmony without total cooperation.
Too bad their teamwork sucked. They fumbled the easiest chance for Death Sight status, F-.
Maka just could not get in tune with Soul's wavelength. She was skilled, sure, more skilled than most.
Keyword, most. There were plenty of rivals showing her up, like Blackstar and Tsubaki.
Really puts a damper on the straight A's when this show-off is doing better than you.
It was up to Maka and Soul to improve their teamwork through Soul Resonance.
What I said about wavelength wasn't metaphorical. Rather, wavelengths are the means with which Meister and weapon draw strength through each other. Think of two wavelengths as different emotional amplitudes that must merge at one alignment.
If the Meister's the guitar and the weapon's the amp, then they create a feedback loop to increase its frequency. That's Soul Resonance.
Soul Resonance creates a telepathic link and surges their strength and speed.
And preps them for cool scythe moves like the Witch Hunt Slash, a big energy strike that puts the L in evil.
As the name implies, it works especially well against witches and other evil creatures. It's not exclusive or anything.
It's actually really deadly against evil because of Maka's rare anti-demon wavelengths. Basically, being a goody little two-shoes gets her the power of purity or whatever.
Maka and Soul were becoming a synchronized unit, though one would sometimes need to rein in the other's idiotic habits.
And
Yeah.
the other guys gotta stop their annoying overthinking, Wiz.
But everything changed after a unique encounter with Krona, which nearly killed Soul.
Now Soul had an ogre pal in his head, waiting for him to swing on over and play the piano. Yep, Soul got infected with black blood.
Black blood was specially brewed as a weaponizable blood. It hardens and strengthens its user's body, inside and out, increasing their physical ability. They can even block blades with their bare skin.
Too bad it comes with a little side effect of madness with a capital M.
A force of fear and sadness all living things possess, which threatens to ruin the world.
So it was kind of a big deal that Maka was bummed by how she got Soul in a jam. But thanks to Soul, she got over it and even welcomed in their new little ogre buddy.
Now when Soul plays his grand piano, their soul resonance sings even louder through the black blood.
Giving Maka all the perks of black blood too, even the crazy parts. Bet you didn't expect that, Krona.
But evil saw their plans through. The Kishin Asura had arrived. Madness was spreading everywhere.
So Maka and Soul had to lock in and upgrade their witch hunt to the even stronger demon hunt slash. They went on even more missions to reap souls with classmates like Blackstar, and that guy outran his own shadow.
Perhaps the most obvious evidence ever of faster than light speeds, and Maka could finally keep up with him.
Pair that with her fight with the demon tool Gopher, who could obliterate whole mountains, and you've got one hell of an ass kicker.
And yet, Maka's relationship with Soul still faltered. Soul was the real star here. Even other Meisters were trying to take him as a weapon, away from Maka.
I mean, he literally moves himself. So
And also, witch cat women tried to take him away as well. And
Maka couldn't help but wonder if she was holding him back all along.
But Soul said the truth. In all of their missions, their teamwork was the key to their victory. An orchestral performance is only as good as the one conducting. And so, their wavelengths played in harmony, and Maka donned a dress of black blood.
It's an armor literally made of blood, and it lets Maka fly around and shoot out her soul as an epic sound wave. So freaking metal!
At the same time, Soul discovered he could hack souls and directly transmit Maka's anti-demon wavelengths, basically shutting their enemy completely down through Soul Adagio.
And they finally achieved Death Scythe. The dream's here, baby.
So when Krona's own Black Blood reached its final stage, Maka and Sol flew to the moon. A moon small and unassuming, but so dense it has the same mass as the planet itself. The very world's sanity was at stake.
Krona might have gone insane, but Maka still reached out to their new friend Sol until the Kishin showed up to ruin everything. Come on, Asura, they're having a moment here. Timing, bro.
In what would be Maka's final exam, Maka, Sol, and all of their friends faced off against the Kishin.
And she passed. A+. Maka pulled her weight and perfected her teamwork with Sol. Their wavelengths were pitch perfect.
Asura did everything he could to separate them, crater them into the moon, punch holes in Maka's chest, tamper their souls with madness, and each time they successfully realigned their wavelengths.
Until they kicked his ass with one final upgrade, the Kishin Hunt Slash. Maka Chop! Now that's what I call absolute cinema.
Because a sound soul dwells within a sound mind and body. So should you feel overwhelmed by evil's roars, just write 42 42 564 whenever you want to knock on death's door.
Congratulations to us.
Wiz, your ego is showing.
It always is. And why not? This death battle is episode 200.
Hell yeah, it's a big deal, so we've got a big discount on our website to celebrate.
That's www.deathbattle.gg.
Website members already get awesome deals like exclusive Death Battle merch, the whole episode archive, including episodes not on YouTube, and a bunch of behind-the-scenes goodies. And if you sign up today, you can use our code DB200 to get 20% off.
You can only grab this discount in the next 2 weeks, so use code DB200 to get 20% off your website membership as soon as you can.
Where else are you going to find such absolute cinema? No, really, we made an absolute cinema desk mat that's on the store. Cool as fuck.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a scythe battle!
I'm pulling for Maka. I think RWBY is formidable, but I think that Maka is just, especially considering she has an advantage because her weapon is literally a living entity. I mean, Sol is like literally like a living entity that can do amazing things, whereas RWBY's weapon is not. It's literally like something she made, and thus it's like it's an extension of her, but it's not something she can like completely like resonate with.
I have a feeling about this.
What's that?
That it's not going to go the way I would like for it to. Because multiple reasons. A is Maka can only really pull out full power against evil things.
That's
and
true.
RWBY's not evil. B, RWBY is from Rooster Teeth originally, and so are the creators of the show, and they might play a little bit in terms of favorites.
Well, no, they're not. Well, they're separated.
They used to
now,
work with them.
but they're not anymore.
But they used to, and therefore they might pull a little bit of a favorite because they used to have a personal kind of connection to RWBY in a way. Anyways, I would like to see Maka put RWBY's corrupted soul to rest, because I feel like it's been horribly corrupted by the people who put their grubby fingers in RWBY after Monty passed away. So that's what I would like to see happen.
All right. Well, number one, I think Maka and Sol will pull this out. I think that. We'll see, but I don't know. I'm pulling for Soul Eater here because I enjoyed it a lot more than I enjoyed RWBY, but oh well. Here we go.
Okay, it's official. This is so not cool.
Oh, come on, Sol. Our target should be here, so try helping out. Hi! Who are you looking for?
Yep, that's Lindsay. I figured they had to get her back to voice RWBY.
humanity has strayed from its just path, and the Shinigami has come. Oh my gosh, your boyfriend turns into a scythe! Oh, that's so cool! Your soul is ours! I like my soul, thanks.
Won't lie, Red. Your moves are sick, but too slow for my Meister.
You haven't seen anything yet! Focus. She's good, but we can handle it.
Let's go, Soul Regiments!
He hit her.
Damn.
Get back here!
Damn.
Soul, hurry!
Oh, damn.
Hell yeah.
Interesting. Her soul forms a barrier. Try helping out.
Relax.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Sorry, but I'll never stop fighting. I'm Ruby Rose, and I am a huntress.
Soul Adagio.
Uh-huh.
Ruby!
Silver eyes.
The wavelengths. Damn it, she's. Stay strong, Maka. You got this.
Yes!
A simple, honest soul. Ruby Rose, huh?
KO!
Let's go.
Hey! So, there we are.
Rest in peace, Ruby. But hey, it's not often you get to see scythe-on-scythe action like that. Let's
I think it's kind of a fitting line for them to say "Rest in peace, Ruby," considering the fact that they used to be a part of, like, Ruby and Death Battle used to be a part of Rooster Teeth, and now neither of them are, because Death Battle went solo and like went completely like independent, and Ruby got bought out by Viz, which
Ruby's deserved a funeral for a very long time now.
yeah, and I figure, hey, what better way to give it one, right?
Break this down with the 4 categories that
Actually
best
made me
represent
kind of sad.
Same, dude.
this matchup. First, strength.
Or a supercharged Ruby's strength way higher than you'd think, like kicking this Grim through steel. But Maka's soul resonance could match Gopher, who destroyed mountains.
Now, Team Ruby did defeat Vine, whose aura contained a bomb that could have wiped out a city.
Adding up their flight speed and how far Harriet said they'd have to fly to avoid the blast, that's a 366 kiloton bomb.
It's possible Ruby's own aura possesses a similar level of, say, energy strength, though her semblance obviously can't replicate what Vine did.
Black Blood Maka got blasted by Asura into the moon. Yeah, it's small, but its mass is the same as Earth's, right?
Putting Asura's strikes at 2 quadrillion tons of TNT.
Jesus.
Over 5 billion times higher than Vine.
So, Maka takes strength, but speed wasn't as clear-cut. Ruby's a fast little gal. Maka kept up with Blackstar, you know, faster than Shadows and whatnot. But as they improved their skills, Ruby and her friends could outspeed Adam,
who blocked a particle beam. Though given the distance and time to react, Adam moved about 42% the speed of light. Not quite faster than your own Shadow territory. Still, Ruby's Petal Burst has become far faster than this over time, and clearly gives more than a 2x speed increase on top of that 42%, making her well past light speed.
Definitely enough to take on Harriet, who was all about speed. Angry speed.
This isn't to say Maka couldn't keep up thanks to Soul Resonance, but Petal Burst makes this comparison close enough to call it a tie. And their speed would be key to winning in skill.
Come on, Wiz. Call it what it really is. It's Scythery.
Oh, God.
I was going to say
That's
style.
not a word.
Style, yeah.
Except for
Scythery
Ruby wins in style, at least from the first couple of seasons.
was pretty good, but Soul does all the movement.
The other thing
for
about
her.
this death battle I noticed too is they actually gave Maka cooler choreography than Ruby, which just doesn't totally add up unless you're just considering Ruby to be late Ruby, you know?
Yeah.
As a Meister, she was mostly a guide.
It's easy to assume that Ruby's scythery was superior. She's entirely self-sufficient at dancing with her weapon.
Soul's own control is still a factor here, but it doesn't change that Ruby's been swinging that thing for way longer than Maka. Ruby's got Scythery in the bag.
Perhaps this edge would be enough for Ruby to avoid Maka's far greater strength if she had the better powers.
So, Aura's really cool. Barriers, healing, superpowers, and so on. But it's got one big weakness.
It is a finite resource that is required for all of Ruby's powers.
Petal Burst, activating dust, even powering up Crescent Rose takes juice and some aura. Once it's gone, Ruby's totally vulnerable.
And there's a second key factor regarding aura. It is specifically a manifestation of Ruby's soul.
And Maka's powers are all about taking on souls. Maka had lots of ways to break through Ruby's aura, like Soul Adagio.
And since Maka is exceptionally gifted at examining souls, she could definitely figure out how aura works.
But plot twist, what about Ruby's silver eyes? Her anti-Grim eye beams? Turns out they were actually her best secret weapon.
The negative power of Grim is quite similar to Madness wavelengths, which power Black Blood. Since anti-demon wavelengths can cancel out Black Blood, the silver eyes should achieve a similar effect.
But Maka and Soul's whole story is about reaching that perfect soul resonance. Asura tried every way in the book and more to separate their wavelengths and failed. And we already talked about how much stronger he is than Ruby. Maka takes powers, because when she rose to the occasion, Ruby didn't stand a semblance of a chance and bit the dust.
The winners are Maka Albarn and Soul Evans.
Wait, his name is Soul Evans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next time on Death
Okay,
Battle.
what's next?
Castlevania?
Oh.
Subscribe and
Oh, no.
Oh, dude.
Blade versus Buffy. Hell
Dude,
yeah.
Vampire Slayers.
Nice.
Dude, I'm
Join us a
down
member.
for that.
to see more Death
I
Battle.
saw like a
Thanks
cross, and I was like seeing some stuff. I was like, "Is this Castlevania?" or
Castlevania?
something? But
I was like, are they Trevor Belmont or friggin' Alucard? No. Blade versus Buffy?
it's funny. I've actually been watching Buffy again the past couple of days.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Good on you, man. Good on you. That, God. Also,
I want to say thank you guys at Death Battle because
you didn't have to do that, but you did.
you gave me closure on something from my childhood, and you let something else I really like from my childhood handle it. So. So you guys saw something new. I cried on camera today.
It's all right, man. It's all right. Got me too.
Damn.
Which I'm used to crying on camera because I'm a little bitch.
I'd like to see the comments that are just like the guy on the left just sits there like he doesn't care about RWBY or anything the whole time.
I would, if any.
Everybody's gonna timestamp them to this part and be like, "Oh, really?"
Oh yeah, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Like this right here. I mean,
That's actually the most anything related to media has ever made me cry before. It's not a lot, but it's still a lot for me. So
That right there, that one image, that one little thing, that it's 3 to 4 seconds at the end of the video, and I'm glad I didn't click off of it, dude, because we wouldn't have had this moment. We wouldn't have had this. And it reminds me of just that feeling I got whenever RWBY was announced, and I saw what Monty was wanting to do, and how much work he was putting into it. My God. And this, wow, just wow, dude. So yeah, guys at Death Battle, thank you all so much. And it was Lindsay, the original voice actor for Ruby Rose. So you did good. You did good, guys. And
does it say who, any of the music credits?
let's see. Composed and performed by Brandon Yates. Death and Bloom, Brandon Yates. Featuring Casey Lee Williams.
Yes.
Nice. I knew that voice sounded familiar. And an extra special thanks to Monty Ohm, who helped us find our dreams and requested this match.
Oh,
Monty
you
requested
that
this?
back in the day. Damn.
Dude.
Even cooler.
That's just... Oh, man. That's great.
So while I have mixed feelings about RWBY, I'm glad I watched this death battle overall.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad you were here for it, dude.
So I needed to see that.
Yeah, I'm glad that you were here for this, and I'm glad I was here for it too. And for all of you all here, still here, thank you all again so much. And this was awesome. So I'm gonna leave a like on that, and also I'm gonna leave a comment. Thank you, Death Battle. This was amazing. This was amazing. Also, this was amazing. Thank you also for that tribute to Monty. Yeah, so anyway, I don't know what else to say here except for thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you, Death Battle, for that amazing death battle. And I guess until next time, everyone, signing off. I am Nate.
I'm Nick.
Y'all keep being awesome, and we'll see you all in the next
Also,
death battle.
just a footnote, I said from my childhood. It was really from my college years.
College years.
I consider that part of my childhood. At this
To an
point.
extent,
I'm
yeah.
freaking old, guys.
Yeah, I hear you, dude. It's okay. But hey, thank y'all again, and we'll see you in the next one.